Yehi Shem Eloheinu mevorach matav ad olam. I want to thank Be'ezras Hashem all the participants in this Torah class. The subject, the topic, the notion we'll talk about silence. We're starting to speak about silence. Silence is bad sometimes, because we've learned so far silence is good. Silence is bad sometimes. We learn which time is bad. I want to thank all the participants, all those who are supporting Ohev Israel and Marpeh V'Chesed, and especially the Medinas for hosting the Shi'ur, and the Rojas family, Andy and Vicky, that are helping us a lot. Be'ezras Hashem send you refuah shelema and success with livelihood, parnasa, and everything you do. Be'ezras Hashem have joy in it. Amen. Silence sometimes is bad. Who can give me an example? One example. When silence is bad. We've learned, be quiet is better. Calculate the words that comes out of your mouth. If you don't have anything smart to say, don't say anything. Now we learned that silence is bad. Give me one example when you think and you feel silence is bad.
When you're being asked a question.
You may ask a question.
When injustice is done and you don't say anything?
Injustice is done and you don't say anything. Okay, give me more examples. You're right, by the way.
When they get up, when they criticize or they mock a rabbi.
When they criticize mock a rabbi. When they criticize the Torah. Someone mock the Torah. Someone make fun of the Torah. Someone misquote something. It's not time to be silent. Tell them, that's actually different than what you said. Let me show it to you. So, but sometimes you have to deal with fools. People that like to make fun of the Torah. Or the rabbis or the scholars. Should I even start dealing with these guys? Should I even reply to them?
No.
Or should I be silent? Because sometimes when you go into an argument, and believe me, I can give you one example in a second. You can be in a very bad position. For example, I was it was maybe for Shamayim, involved in a conversation in Yerushalayim when a Messianic spoke to another religious guy. Let me tell you, the Messianic put him down, because the Messianic guys, he knows his stuff. I can tell you right now, he knows the quote, and he has all the questions about Judaism. And this guy that grew up as a religious person was standing there and he was confused. The other Messianic guys, he came prepared. He knew his stuff. Most of what he says, it was lies, but the other guy didn't know. He didn't know how to reply. So what we're teaching first lesson is, don't get into a conversation with this guy. Say, if you want them to change their ways or you want them to get answers, direct them to experts. Direct them to the right rabbis. They're ready. They're going to come with quotes. You don't have the books. You don't have anything in front of you to prove otherwise. They're going to put you down. And they're going to ask you a question that you'll start to wonder, why are you doing what you're doing already for so many years? Wrong. This is time to be silent. If you know your stuff, you know the material, then you can fight back. Let me tell you, any Messianic, you can put them down if you know basic Torah in 5 seconds. It's no big deal to prove that they misquote, that they're taking words under context. They're quoting from the middle of pasuk, or one pasuk, one verse that is not related to what it says before or after. They see a nice quote and it says, oh, it's related to so and so. This is exactly describing him. Read the text. It's talking about King Chizkiah, for example. And his name will be Emmanuel. Okay, they say Emmanuel. His name is not Emmanuel. No, the meaning of Emmanuel means God is with us. I can give you thousands of examples, hundreds of examples. But if you don't know the stuff, don't get involved. I tell you more than that. Not even Messianic, a secular person, a Jew against another Jew. They're arguing, they can put you down. You're going to start wondering all the way home, actually, that was a good question. These words exist millions or only 5,770. Oh, this is my... Actually, dinosaurs were here and they prove carbon-14 and all this nonsense, and you get confused and you start to believe in their theories, which is always only theories. Theories.
Unproven.
We're talking facts. Torah is facts, not a theory. So don't go there. Direct them to information or someone that can. This is just an example when it's time to be silent. By doing that, you did a great service to the Torah, a great service to yourself.
Well, what about the other person? I mean, if we stay silent, the other person's going to leave confused. And then
This is not your job to rectify the world and to fix the world. Your job is first and foremost to rectify yourself. So you can say they find you in the bar, and they say, "Why are you doing it?" "No, I'm here to look who I can bring under the wings of Hashem. I want to help a lot of people and a lot of girls to do teshuvah." Hey, hello, get out of here. What are you doing here? That's not a place for you. No, I'm doing it for the sake of the mitzvah. For the sake of the mitzvah. You understand? Leave it to the experts.
Let them go and teach.
Now this is a good example, Jesse, because that's what the evil inclination tells you.
Teach them.
He comes smart, but it's a mitzvah. If you don't tell him, if you don't answer, he will do more sins. Don't listen to him. If you want him to fix his ways, give him information, give him a phone number of a rabbi that you know that is able to help these kind of people. There's a question in the Talmud. You know, they're one of the most important or greatest mitzvah commanded in the Torah is to love your fellow friends. As it says, "Ve'ahavta le'reacha kamocha." Love your friend the same you love yourself. Don't do anything to your friend that you don't like people to do to you. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So you have to be all together and togetherness and united. It's all about that, the Torah. Help and kindness. Now, the Talmud brings up a situation when you have food, you share with your friend. Help him out, or otherwise he will die. What will be the case if you have a bottle of water? Your friends walking in the desert. You calculate it that way. If I share with him, if I don't share with him, I'll survive. If I share with him, there's a good chance I'll die.
Both.
From thirst. So now you're debating yourself. Should we both die, or should I save my life? Forget about him.
You should first save your life. No, what?
Oh, this is his opinion.
But not.
You says his life. Take the bottle, tell him, "I'm sorry, it's mine, bye, you should die." You know what? Let me run a really quick test. Who thinks you should keep the bottle for you survive for sure, and he will die for sure? If you share, you both die. Who think keep the bottle for yourself? Raise your hand. No one. Who thinks share and die with your friend? Everybody. Not everybody. You're from the United Nations. You don't vote.
I vote on both sides. Nothing.
Let me help you out. The answer is keep the bottle for yourself. Why? Because it says Hayecha kodim. Your life has precedence. First priority. You came to this world to save yourself. If the situation is it's only you or both dying, save yourself. It's a debate in Talmud. Rabbi Akiva taught that, and that's the halacha. This is the law. Save yourself. At least one will get out of this situation alive. We learn from that many other things, that your life matters and your life is first, and you came to this world to rectify your life. You're not supposed to walk over your friend's head and do it on his expense. Of course, the more you do kindness and bring more people to Hashem, it's greater. But first and foremost, you have responsibilities for your neshama. Don't waste your time. Our life in this world is limited. One gets 70 years, 90 years, or 100. Nobody knows. Use the time Hashem gave you in this world wisely. This is not the eternal life. This is temporary life. People are putting so much efforts in this temporary life, building mansions and buying the most expensive cars. For what? To enjoy a few years? This is not the real life here. Invest in the internal life. Put the money, give tzedakah, help other people, build yeshiva if you have the power, build Jewish school, build a school of Torah. Do wise things with your money, something that can give you benefit even after you die. So you had a Rolls Royce, you had a mansion. What are you going to do with it after you die? Would Hashem ask you, let me see, did you have a mansion? A Rolls Royce? Okay, Gan Eden. Toyota? No, Toyota. God. It doesn't work like that. You've been judged according to your actions. What did you do with the time I gave you? What did you do with the health I gave you? What did you do with the money I gave you? It's true that you worked hard from day to night, but it's still my blessing. I gave you I opened this channel to you. What did you do with that? Please remember, keep it in mind. We'll be asked, what did we do with the time Hashem gave us? And with the money He gave us. Okay? So, yes, you wanted to ask.
Do you think that that's where it comes whenever they say that, whenever you're in the airplane and they say, if anything happens, the mask comes out, you put yours first and then you help the other?
Well, you have to be okay.
Could be. It's common sense. If you have to help yourself, always those who help other, like police or the ambulance, paramedics, they have to wear the mask, the protection, and then they can help other people. If the expert will get hurt first, no one can help you. But in real life, Hashem says, I brought you to this life for a reason, to fix, to rectify. Do it. Take care of your life first. Not on the expense of others, of course. But don't say, I can't come to shul, I can't study Torah, I'm always helping other people. Well, you did one mitzvah. It's kindness, chesed, it's great. But what about the mitzvah you're supposed to do? Tefilling and tzitzit and a blessing and prayers and a minyan and all that? Wow. We have responsibilities to go to a minyan, for example. It says in the Talmud that let me give you an example, that has the ability and the opportunity to go to the synagogue for a minyan, to pray as a group, or to pray at home by himself, and he chooses to pray at home by himself, he is bringing upon his head mekataragim, persecutors. Why? I'll give an example. The example that they bring is the fable, the mashal. Fable. A king made an announcement to the people in his kingdom to bring in wine, to bring the best wine they can. So they have to bring it till, next Friday, till 2 o'clock p.m. So people brought a lot of bottles of wine. A poor guy that doesn't have money even to buy the bottle, said, what am I going to do? So he made efforts, he got a bottle, and he put just red liquid, doesn't even wine, he can't afford wine. Something looks like juice. And he brought it in with all the crowd. Those who make the list just put it in. They took responsibility. They took his bottle. They write down his name, his address, everything is good. He made the efforts and he got the check mark. It's good. Another guy said to his friend, when he come back, he says, how did you do it? I know you can't afford it. You have to hurry. I took just a bottle and I put some juice. It looks like it's cranberry juice or whatever. It looks like a wine, but I was able to get off the hook. Really? Let me do that. He did that. By the time he got there, it's already 2:15 p.m. They closed the gates. I brought the bottle for the king. Please give me the check mark. It's too late. Please, this is really good wine. It's the best. His friend already told them, they put it together. They didn't notice. Oh, it's the best? Okay, we'll give it to the king. They give it to the king. The king tasted, that's not a wine. Punish him, hang him.
Wow.
How is that related to prayers? When you go with a minyan, with everybody, your prayer is not so good, so it mixed. This one will say this, nobody noticed. Hashem says, I take it as a whole, as a one group. But now you come by yourself, daven at home, you pray at home, say, oh, he thinks he's special. Let me check his tefillah. Let me check his ways. What did he do today? What did he did yesterday? You're messing up for yourself. You should know. You pray alone, you're bringing security over your head. How you can be saved? Go to a minyan. It's mixed. The bottles are mixed. Mixed. You get the check mark. You understand the sense behind it? Okay. Sorry for the long introduction.
Sometimes silence is bad, as it is written in Mishlei 26:5. Answer the fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his eyes. In matters of Torah, Shabbat 30b, if he sees fools mocking the words of sages, he should answer them to disabuse them of their error, so that they not be wise in their eyes.
Okay, so we've learned to be silent. Sometimes it's not good to be silent, because if someone mocking Torah, I'm not talking about going into a deep conversation, an argument, tell them you're full, you don't know your things, you have to study Torah. Here's a phone number, call if you want to have an answer, you don't know anything about tefillin, Torah, mitzvah, whatever. Give him an answer. Show that you have a strong stand for Torah. All is good. Don't go deeply to conversation. If this is a fool, well, what the Torah will do for me? No, come on. Tell them, Torah is blessing. You make a connection to Hashem. Hashem is watching over you. Give him a few words. You know how many times people just by giving this intention to someone, they start to wonder, maybe I should check it out. And it starts with you for saying, go to shul, come Shabbat, come to my house for a dinner, for Shabbat. You know how many people did the full teshuvah and loved because of they were invited for Shabbat table? I can tell you about myself. I did it so many years, I didn't notice that. There's a guy, I'm not going to mention his name, he's not coming very often to the shul. When I came to Dallas, I invited him. He was not married. No, he was not married yet. And he told me this years later, that he sat on my table, and we had the kids, we do the singing, and the Dvar Torah, and Adelia's cooking, and all that. And he was there, and he comes from a family that are not so observant. He was happy to come. Of course, he came driving, and he put the car elsewhere. He told me, Rabbi, I was sitting around your table, I was looking around, and I told myself, this is how I want to have my Shabbat table look like. I didn't notice that. I didn't even think about that. I was thinking, that bring the guy in, so he can eat kosher, and instead of watching, game on the TV, he saw different things from his point of view, that this is what he wanted to have. He started to come to the shul on almost a daily basis, every morning, and he has 25 minutes driving every morning. Now he's Shomer Shabbat, he already got married, he had one baby boy. Baruch Hashem, everything is good. He still lives there, far away, but he goes now to, I think, the Dada's shul on the north. What I'm trying to say here, sometimes we do things and we don't know the ramification. What's going to be after, right? That's it, right? Ramification? The results. When you do good things, Hashem will direct it to the right place. Inviting someone to your table is not a big effort. You're already cooking anyway, so another chair, another plate. But sometimes with this small plate, you can change lives forever. you'll be religious, you'll get married, and his children, and the next children, till the end of the days, the Mashiach comes. And it all starts for inviting someone for the challah, some schug, some matbucha, some jachnon, kubana, I don't know, all the good stuff. It's already there. It's no big deal. You do that, you can change life with very little effort. You agree with me? Go ahead.
If he sees a man transgressing, he should protest and reprove him. King Shlomo has already said, a soft answer turns away wrath, and a soft tongue breaks the bone.
Oh, with honey. With honey, you can get attention and attract more than using a vinegar. Don't be salty. Smile. Soft word. You have to do that. You're smart. It's not to your level. People will listen to you. You got their attention now. Use it wisely. Okay? Go ahead.
Therefore, one should accustom himself to soft words and not to hard speech.
Accustom himself, meaning that this is something we have to work on too. First reaction is to attack. What do you know? You know nothing. You ever been in a shul? But no, it's wrong. Soft words. Don't talk about the shul even. Come to my house first. You know, we go to shul at 7, 8:15 I'm home. Come 8:15. Someone tell, no, I want to come with you to shul. Some would say, okay, this is how you bring him in. Blessing, kiddush, and then they're interested next week again, next month again. Sooner they'll be in the shul with you. Okay, small effort, soft words. And let me tell you something. When you do that, God brings more blessing in your parnasa. Hashem says, no, you're doing good things with the money I'm giving you. You make an extra effort, you buy more food for guests, to hear Divrei Torah, to hear blessing, to see Kiddush. That's a good thing. Okay. I'm going to open this pipe of blessing a little bit wider. Because you're using the money I'm giving you wisely. Versus going to vacation here and vacation there and drinking this and drinking that with friends. It's not what Hashem wants. That you waste the money, blessing I'll give you over alcohol with friends. No, I have to clear my mind. I have to do this. You're already 40 years old to clear your mind. What are you, stupid? When I clear your mind, be at home with your wife and children, Shabbat table. Sometimes they don't feel it. You, with these small efforts, or maybe even it's not a small effort for some people, with this effort you bring in blessing to your life and other people's life. You can change life with pennies. Oh.
Therefore, one should accustom himself to soft words and not to hard speech, and take care to heed your tongue as the apple of your eye. For the mouth of a fool is his ruination, and his lips are the snare of his soul.
Meaning, you sit on the table, what do you know? What do you know? But don't insult him. You didn't bring him to insult him. You like it? Baruch Hashem, I would love you to come more. Let me tell you why we're doing this. Why we're doing that. Let me teach you a song. Ki yeshmera Shabbat el yishmerem. Teach me. Sit by him. Put him next to you. You feel important. I'm telling you, you're changing life by doing these kind of things. Be smart about it. Don't insult him. You didn't bring a guest to your house in order to insult him. Because if you do that, you're actually committing a sin. So it would be better if you didn't invite him at all. What do you mean? But that was a good intention, but he's arguing, he's putting on the corner in front of my wife and the children. Okay, so first, choose the right guess. Meaning, if you know you have a chance to bring him close to Torah and mitzvah, do it. If you think this guy is too far, maybe it's not the right time to bring him into your table. Some don't know. The kids, you see that they come with phone and they're doing on the phone on Shabbat table. It's not appropriate. You have to be smart about it. But when you have guests already in the house, give them respect. This is their house. Mikasa Sukasa, for real, not just words. Let them feel confidence. This is a house that I want to come back again. The way they treat me, they treat me like I'm the smartest on the table. Nonetheless, he doesn't know anything of what's going on. You'll be surprised how many Jews doesn't know at all. Standing, not standing. Should have put kippah, not kippah. It's a blessing before, after. They know nothing. Let's finish this part.
And it is written, Ibid 21:23, he who heeds his mouth and his tongue heeds his soul from affliction.
Right.
And would that you remain silent, and it would be reckoned wisdom unto you. And if you find yourself in company, it is better that you be told, speak, why are you so still, rather than you speak and your words be burdensome to them, and they tell you, be quiet.
Right. It's a good sign that you choose your word wisely. When people ask you to speak, if people ask you to be quiet, meaning you're talking too much. So sometimes, your friends and family are your mirror. The Talmud says, "En Adam ro'eh benig'eh atzmo." A human being, person cannot see the defaults, the errors in him. He thinks he's perfect, he's good, he knows better. You don't see, I don't know how to say it in English, but I think it says that the camel doesn't see his hump. How you say? There's a saying like that. In Hebrew, it's saying that the camel cannot see his own hump, the beshet. It doesn't see that. I mean, you have some errors, you don't see it. You think you're better than everyone else. So it's better to be quiet. Learn from others. And learn when to speak and when to be silent. On behalf of Ohev Israel Foundation, I want to thanks to the Medina's family and all the participants. God bless you, so you'll know when to talk and when to be silent. May God give you good parnassah, so you have a big house. You can bring more people to Shabbat table, everyday table, and support people. Use your money wisely, and Hashem give you more and more every day with good health, long life, with a lot of children, Be'ezrat Hashem. You should have joy from all your family, and more importantly, Shalom Bayit. Amen. Toda rabba. Yes.
Rabbeinu, quick question. How do you balance?
We just learned to be silent. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
How do you balance the Gamilat Chasidut with the kindness? What's it called? You have to do your own thing and sharing your time with someone else. How do you balance?
One rule to learn is, if it doesn't come on the expense of what you're supposed to do. For example, someone asks you, can you help me out at 7 o'clock? Listen, I'm in davening. Can we do it 7:45? Yeah. Because you have the responsibility to be in a minyan till certain hours. Unless it's emergency. I'm talking emergency. I have a lot of people that I have to explain to them, don't do meetings 8 o'clock in the morning if you want to be in davening. You own your own business. Do it at 9 o'clock. Right. Why are you putting yourself in a spot that you have to rush or even skip prayers?
Right.
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about it. Well, you have to take responsibility on your own actions. Fix the schedule in a way that will not hurt, won't go against your responsibilities.
Right. Okay.
That's it. Unless it's emergency. That's it. Thank you, everybody. See you Be'ezrat Hashem next week. Maybe it's going to be 8 o'clock. I'm not sure. I think for now it's going to be 8:15. Okay? Thank you, everybody. On behalf of Ohev Israel Foundation, I want to thank you. Kol Tov. Shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi.